we must tell you of an ancient tale. Before humanity came into existence.
Then how can we even bring up the story?
Shut up.
Okay.
Before humanity...
Hey, if this was long before humanity, how was anyone able to record the exact specifications?
Because Nigoro said they could.
Hi there.
That's the game developer. Really good development company. So the story of our little origin of everything goes as thus. Translation from La-Mulana. Descending onto this place...
Is that literally what they call it?
She came from the sky, and her name was Ra-Moon. No, different thing.
Not that. Not that.
It was a being that came from the heavens, basically, or from the cosmos, and trapped on this earth, she became the source of all life, but she now had one wish and one wish alone. Please return me to the heavens where I came from. And she would then she would go on to create children to hopefully help her reach that goal. And for all we know, that is how the ancient legend went. For this reason you were born. And we'll get back to this story more.
Ow.
Thus, that is the day humanity was born, and when they angered her, they would be destroyed. And then it would happen time and time again. And thus the legend follows thusly.
Jeez, what a crazy bitch.
Have you ever seen one of the world's hardest Metroidvanias played for you?
No.
Not really.
Would you like to?
I do!
Okay. Just put that knife down, mister.
Welcome, everybody, to La-Mulana. First off, it should immediately be said, because I'm not going to take a lot of credit for all this. I'm recording this, and I did play, but I will just say right now, big props to Deceased Crab. Great Let's Player. Please look up his stuff. The adventure starts here, and we begin.
Wow, just right then and there, and look at this little Indiana Jones motherfucker, just whipping on everybody's pots.
We are Professor Lameza Kosugi, and we're here to go investigate these ruins, because our father, Sean Kosugi, went in ahead of us, but he hasn't come out for quite a long time.
Oh, man.
And the idea is that we both want to go in here because we want to find the ancient origin of life and strike it rich.
And hopefully find our pappy in the process.
Yeah. This is Elder Zelput. Yeah, and here's Elder Zelput. He runs the village. But yeah, as I was saying, big props to Deceased Crab. Please give a look-see to his content. Without his guidance and without knowing when because I can play the game, but it's I want to know, similar to how I did Mega Man Legends 1, I want to know when I should do things, that way I don't waste time. In which, looking back on Deceased Crab's playthrough of this helped tremendously, so cannot give enough kudos to him. Without him, this wouldn't even be happening. But this has been a game that I've been having interest in for quite a while. This came out originally came out in didn't it come out 2012 or something? Back when everyone thought the Mayan apocalypse was going to happen?
I think so.
On the Wii or something?
If I'm not mistaken, isn't this supposed to be a reimagining of an older version of La-Mulana?
Yes, La-Mulana actually started off... Oh, by the way, we've got a piece of software that'll allow us to receive helpful messages from Zelput in an email.
Really? I mean, honestly, this guy doesn't look the least bit technical savvy.
He's a total gamer. He'll come back, he'll be on his laptop go away, I'm playing.
Huh.
Welcome to Zelput,
I'm a hardcore PC gamer!
Wow, this looks ancient.
This is the latest version of Zelput Mailer. There are no plans for a version update. There is no help page. Help and troubleshooting requests will not be supported. Well.
Okay then.
Thank you for the tip.
Here's our equipment slot. There's La-Meza, the handsome hood on the right. Here's our software. So as you can already tell, you can equip software, but you can only equip a certain amount at first. So there are some limitations. I'm just going to say here. If you ever see any additional save files, that's me on practice runs and stuff, because I want to get good.
That's fair.
See what's in this tent.
I would also imagine, for the sake of for recording purposes, you'd want to make multiple save files if in the event any of your recordings fuck up.
As happened to me previously. Yes. Cycle your save files. Please do not be afraid. I had to limit myself because I was trying to do 3 different playthroughs at the time. But, yes. Please cycle your save files. You will thank me later. This is definitely the kind of game where if you die, there is no continue. It is just load your previous save.
As said by the Wheel of Morality.
So this is, So we've now picked up a hand scanner, which will be probably one of the most used items I use in the game. That allows me to read tablets, hear the deceased messages of the skeletons I can find, which can help me figure out where traps could be. Or
Hey, that was my water, you jerk!
Too late, Zelda logic. And we'll get
okay,
some.
you can have it then.
And we'll get some nice, helpful. The controls are kind of goofy, and I had to figure out my own way. So for me, it's Z to jump because I'm using keyboard, X to attack, C to use my sub items, more on that later, and V to use my normal items. So I would have my pinky do the jumping kind of thing. Or maybe I did the ring finger.
Pleasant.
And to actually access the menu, you actually had to use F1, F2, F3, and F like that. One of those kind of games. But once you get used to it, I think it works.
I love the little jig that the snakes are doing while they're walking about. It's like...
So yeah, our main weapon for now is a classic whip because original character do not steal. We have gold in the upper right. We have weights. Weights will be used a lot to activate switches, and that's pretty much it. We activate switches, and there are a lot of them. I think our first one is actually at the top of this little cliff here. So keep an eye out for those. There, like see that little pedestal thing on the right there?
Mm-hmm.
That is a switch, and we can put weights on them. So let's do this, but move! Because I'll try and do dick things like that.
Well, at least we're not like our ancestors, and we hurt our ankle at the drop of like 5 feet.
Ooh.
You find a puzzle that tells you what that is later. I'll try my best to explain puzzles, but really I just kind of know the logic to a degree. I'm also going to open up this path for later, so this becomes easier.
Thank God for predetermined foresight.
Yep. Again, thank you. So it should be known there actually is no fall damage. Thank God.
Good.
That's good.
You'll fall. You will. There is a thing that if you drop for too long, you'll go boom, like thump into the ground, and it takes a second or two to get back on your feet. But you will not take damage unless you land on something bad.
Oh, that's good anyway. Honestly, this looks like one of those kinds of games where I wouldn't be surprised if fall damage was ever a thing.
Got a map, but then he died. Well, that's not that funny. I'll take your map then, sir.
You're not gonna have any use for this.
Nah. Oh, so here's our first puzzle. We have a switch and a treasure chest that will have an item if I solve the puzzle. What could the puzzle be?
No, put a little weight on the subject.
Alright. Nice. Click. Hooray! And what's our prize? Our reward, I kid you not, is now...
Shellhorn?
I kid you not, all this does...
The magic conch!
Basically, all this does is, you know how in Zelda, if you did something right, you would hear... do-do-do-do-do-do?
It's basically your sound cue if you got something right.
That is our first reward for solving a puzzle, is now I'll know when I've solved puzzles.
Well...
Okay, then.
You know what? I'm at least grateful that's the very first treasure you get.
Oh, yeah.
Why would that be a treasure you get?
Because it is possible to quickly miss it. Oh, lordy.
Well, you know...
Ah!
Oh, you know, challenge runs and all that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is.
You know,
it is entirely
there are
optional.
some dumbass Metroid players that like to skip the long beam and zero mission.
That is so crazy. And
Or at least, I'm sure there are.
oh, mail.
You got mail.
So I can push objects by walking into them. Yeah. So back to what we were talking about. So La-Mulana, the original, like it came out in Japan on something called GR3 Project. It's basically like a type of Flash game. Came out back then. It was developed by GR3, and it came out on. Let me see where it came out. It came out originally as Flash. I know that back in 2005 for Microsoft Windows.
Oh wow,
And
that's like not too far from when Cave Story was a thing.
so welcome to the La-Mulana ruins.
Oh,
and
boy.
we have entered our first big area, the Gate of Guidance.
No
And by the way,
pressure.
did I mention that the soundtrack freaking rocks?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good from what I'm hearing.
Right, there we go. There's a shell horn in action, and we get a health up.
Yay!
Nice.
That brings me to the. I hate bats. They will damage you lightly. That actually seems like a good time to bring up the health system quickly. As you can tell in the upper left, the green bar is my health. That blue bar, you've noticed that when I've killed some enemies, I pick up these little green orbs.
Mm-hmm.
That is not me collecting health. That is me collecting quote unquote, health points or experience points, whatever you want to say. And when I fill up that bar on the bottom, then I will get a full health revive.
Okay.
So I could have
like a full restore.
Yes. So I could have 0 health. I could have like 5 health. I could have almost full health. When that bar fills, it'll bring the health all the way back up to its max.
But until then, I assume that's like the only way you can heal yourself.
Originally, yes, but they did actually in this version add a hot springs, which you can find at the village. And other than that, that is one of... Okay, spoilers, there is a second hot springs you can find elsewhere, but other than that, those are the only areas in the game you can heal yourself.
Well, that's... Ugh.
Get ready for hard stuff.
Great.
These weird freaking kangaroo rat things die.
How easy would you say it is for yourself to get knocked around a bunch?
For instance, see that blue eye?
Yes.
At the top there? Can't read that. It's La-Mulana's. I need to get a glyph
Okay.
reader. That blue eye there, that is, I like to call it a divine eye. If I whack something I shouldn't, that thing will shoot lightning at me. And deal heavy damage. Bad damage.
Well, excuse me for trying to do a little bit of trial and error.
Well, granted, okay, hang on. There, that'll open those chests for later. For now, we have to solve this puzzle by showing courage. But we'll have to do that after I buy some more weights, because I need more weights.
So much for courage.
So we have to backtrack. Hello there. I'll buy a glyph reader. If you don't have enough money, she gets kind of mad and glows her red eyes and gets all upset at you.
I don't know if I've asked already, but is there a way to actually warp back to the village? Like if you get really far into the dungeon?
Not yet, though more on that later, but not yet.
Ugh.
I have to show courage.
I assume there's like a shitload of backtracking.
Well, more on that later.
Wait, what?
You have to show courage by jumping in, and we've unlocked our first sub-weapon.
That's
A
courage? I just call that foolhardiness.
Shuriken!
Nice, shuriken. And, but yeah, so that time there, James, yes, I did have to hoof it out the long way, but I will give you... Fine, I'll spoil it here. We will be getting a way to fast travel in this first area right off the bat.
Oh, thank goodness.
They give you the fast travel real early, because they know. So
They know the kind of hell you're about to go through.
yeah, pretty much. What was I saying earlier? We mentioned the health, we mentioned the divine light. Yeah, it's it also deals damage like on a percentage base. So even if you have a lot of health, please be wary. And you say that you can't experiment a lot, James. I like to think that the blue eyes actually help you in terms of experimenting, because then you know the second they will never put a blue eye in a place that you won't. They'll never put a blue eye in a room where you are meant to randomly whack stuff. Because,
okay.
like,
Assuming you don't whack the eye itself.
Correct. No, don't whack the eye. But yeah, but if I see a blue eye, I'll immediately know. Okay, no sense in shooting my plasma beam all over this room. There will not be one. Spikes you can walk through, but don't land on top of them.
Like that?
Yeah, but you can walk through them just fine.
Well, at least you don't die from them instantly.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, even though I have a map, I actually don't have a map reader yet, so I gotta buy that later.
So for now, you just gotta buy separate copies.
Well, I can get maps.
Or find separate copies.
Well, I should say this. There is a map for each area, but until I get the map software, I won't be able to actually know where I'm at.
Gotcha.
Do that to solve the puzzle. So, what do you guys think so far, so I can get a chance to stop talking?
I
Not
mean,
bad.
so far it's not too bad from what I'm seeing. It's just that this is definitely one of those games where it kind of follows. It feels like it could very well have belonged in the NES period of game design.
Ooh. Yeah, I hear you.
Or not even so much I wouldn't even say NES, more so maybe MSX.
Maybe. Like, again, this definitely came out of Flash. Okay. If you're wondering why I'm having trouble here, it's because let me quickly clue you in on the. Ow!
Was that? What
was the blue
happened?
eye. That was the blue eye zapping me because I hit that center wall, which I shouldn't have. The blue eye will attack you if you just hit the ruins at random. So be careful.
Okay.
What was I saying earlier?
Desecrate the temple, scumbag.
Pretty much. Let me get a full heal.
Demine? Okay, play dead for us, why don't you?
I know you're alive.
Lay there, you lazy bones.
He's
Okay, I almost have.
and then just
I almost have-
collapses.
I don't think you saw me, George. Okay, I'm so close to getting a full heal. I just need to get some health.
Assuming you
green
don't
orbs.
blow your load trying to get it.
I'll be fine. I just need to get some more green orbs. I'll be okay. Yeah, the physics are this. my whip has its own little slow raid, and I can attack something directly above me because the whip does fly back a bit. When I jump, I have classic Castlevania Simon logic.
If you decide, well, somewhat. You seem to have a little more freedom than he does, but like, if you decide to jump in a particular direction, you're stuck in that direction.
Pretty much. I can maybe slow. I can probably control a little bit how far in that direction I go, but I cannot change direction in mid jump.
Okay.
But with that little puzzle I saw. Okay. What was I saying? But you can control freely where you jump, where you fall. If I jump first and then if I jump straight up and then I can control wherever I go. But if I'm holding a horizontal direction and then jump, I'm stuck. But check it, we can fast travel.
Got the
Holy
Holy
Grail!
Right there, right off the bat.
And King Arthur beyond the grave's like, hey man, that's mine. Give it back.
Yes. Glad you fight
There
that
we go.
reference.
Full heal. So the way that this works is if you scan the save tablet, it'll tell me the area, and bam, it's now active.
Oh, nice.
Which means at any point in time, if I were to access the map screen and hit use Holy Grail with the V button, I can now warp back to the surface.
Bitchin'.
Nice.
So save grails are very important to find, so you don't have to keep hoofing it everywhere.
Seriously.
What do you think of all this so far, Hype? Let's get that map here. Eh. This
Just
game-
that.
I guess. So yeah.
I mean, I guess to be fair, it's the beginning, so not a whole lot of exciting stuff's happening yet.
Not yet, but I promise the next couple parts it will definitely pick up. We're just getting started here. This is just all the the setup. I have to get all the tutorial prep out of the way.
This is just small piece compared to what we might see later on in the dungeon.
Oh, you have no idea how big this place can actually get at some points. So let's go up and let's take out these red skeleton guys since they're on my next hit list.
God
Oop.
damn, red. Even this game has to have the devious red skeletons.
How bad were they in, I know they were bad in Ghouls, Ghosts, and Goblins. I hated them. Or maybe I'm thinking of Castlevania.
You're thinking of Castlevania.
Oh, okay. Die.
In most games, you literally couldn't kill them naturally.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... My plan is I will jump up, and now I can control my ankle. There we go.
There you go.
Lots
And
of
Nice.
you got some more moolah.
Gold is very useful. Gold is very useful, though. Fortunately, this game has a very easy exploit. There we go. That stone up there just dropped because I killed those skeletons.
Yay!
Time for a block puzzle.
Yay.
Oh, I was hoping that would kill the bat.
No, the bats like to somehow exist on the foreground. Die.
But how are we?
saying,
But then how are we whipping them?
Magic whip. I don't know.
But
They can
it's
just
a
go
whip that
wherever they
defies dimensions.
But the blocks can kill other things. I can't squash them. Okay. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
What was I saying? As far as gold is concerned, fortunately there is a very serious exploit I know that'll allow me to get a lot of gold really fast. So I'm never going to have to worry about grinding too much.
Oh, that's a relief.
I'm still trying to La-Mulana 2, and because I guess I should talk about it. The reason why this all came up is because I had recently seen that La-Mulana 2 had been released, which was a Kickstarter game that Nigoro did, which looks great, by the way, so far. And is it true that it is getting a Switch port?
I remember hearing something along the lines of it getting a Switch version.
That's cool. I hope they port the original La-Mulana.
I
I'm
really
gonna
wouldn't put
buy
it past
a
them to
waterproof
do
case.
so.
A
That way I
waterproof
won't.
case?
That way my laptop won't die if I jump in water.
True.
Very useful. Okay, well, I'm gonna push this into place. Die. Push this into place. So I can unlock that switch.
I mean, I guess I'll ask this much. In terms of La-Mulana 2, did they ever clarify if like you need like any experience with the first game to play it?
Not really. Actually, I would say not at all, because the gameplay is... I would say the gameplay is a little bit nicer. You can... For
I hope
instance,
so.
I guess we should talk about that a bit. I cannot jump on or jump off of ladders once I start climbing them. And you have to start climbing from one end to the other. In La-Mulana 2, they gave you the option to be able to jump onto ladders and stuff.
Sweet. Oh, hello.
Buy
Back.
something.
Honestly, I was about to go for the Inaga. I was like, buy something.
I was gonna go with the return the slab.
Yeah, I think the no, it may as well. At this point, it may as well just be the what are you buying?
So that room back there says I need to replicate the tragic history of the giants. Let's see. One was destroyed by flood, another one was destroyed by wind, another was destroyed by fire, and the other one was destroyed by blood. So now we have to whip these things in order. So first we attack water. Don't forget, don't mind that laser guy there. He's just happy.
He's
Water.
Well, wait, that's certainly a explicit way to show his happiness.
Oh, gosh.
Wind. Then we go for the fire.
And
Then
then
You know, this is the shortest God of War 3 playthrough I've ever seen.
Now we go for heart because no one cares about it.
Oh,
There we go.
I didn't
So that
realize
was all-
Logan,
God
you
of War
just-
was the precursor to Captain Planet.
What's up?
Logan, if you destroyed all 4 nations, how were we expected to have the Avatar be revived?
No one wants it to be revived. The original was fine by itself. Also, if you just heard a click in your right ear, that's good. That's because this game is expecting you to take note of that. Something happened to the right of this area.
Ah.
Oh.
Well, then if you're playing this in mono, well, good luck with that.
Sorry, you're gonna have to be doing a lot of backtracking. What else can I explain? Yeah, so La-Mulana 2, they did a really good job of making it just as accessible. In fact, any story elements that happened in the first game, they outright explain. There we go. They outright explain in that game. So I don't think you need any experience with 1 to enjoy 2. And the developers were really smart about that was one of their goals. Is they wanted 2 to be just as accessible.
Well, that's good. Ooh. What do we do with the Ankh Jewel?
Those are essentially our boss keys.
Oh,
There is
okay.
one in every area that has a boss, or at least one that can be acquired. And we should talk about that. In order to find the sacred treasure of life, it is said that it is guarded by 8 guardians.
Ooh.
So we gotta kill 8 bosses.
Gotcha.
And by the way, as Elder Zelput is saying here, yeah, these bosses are not going to mess around. So make sure you save before. But before we do that, I'm gonna find another. Oh gosh.
Those poor rats.
I know. We're gonna find an area. We're gonna unlock a new area first before we stop here and go.
What is your compulsion with whipping every single skeleton you see?
Because some of them come alive. Welcome to the Temple of Sun. Some of them will come alive. I feel very much justified in my paranoia with that ball. Alright, I must make it there.
You know, I was
It's
actually.
not funny.
I was
Run,
actually
devil,
gonna make a
damn it,
joke.
run!
Getting closer. I'm getting closer.
So go ahead, Trey.
I was about to make a joke, like saying, because this is the month of spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
Oh, we have to go that route.
Ha!
And yeah, if you notice there, we can't actually run up those platforms because our feet move too slow. So we're gonna figure that out later.
Aw.
So if any of that interested you, then please stay tuned because I'm planning on at least beating this game to completion.
Good luck.
So yeah, thanks. See you, everybody.
Till next time, everybody.
Boy, boy.